am raw to the bone. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm going to start you guys off with, some inspiration because it's going to be a what?
Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, you grow hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do. The aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, yo. Hey, ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, yo. But you always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison. Good morning, Valerie, with a new car and a new phone. Yes, life is good. All the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Hey, what? So I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive vibes are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time. That's how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Yes, baby, won't he do it? Best, man, hey, wake up. Good morning, Hillbilly. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. 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 Oh my God! Today's gonna be a good day. Good morning, Jackie. I'm so sorry, Valerie. Hey. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Happy fucking Monday. Wait a minute. You know, it's so funny. My mama spoke to my aunt. And you remember my aunt, she used to come on the show, but she said she can't do my show no more because I cuss too much. And that's all right, because it's my aunt, and I expect that. You know, as they get old. Now, this is my aunt who back in the day was cussy. But, as people get older, their moral compass changes. And that's all right, right? But I cuss. That's what I do. The fuck? Listen, Valerie, baby. Oh my God, the knee. Did you go and get it x-rayed or anything like that? Because the knee is a funny thing, right? Like I had surgery, I had a scoping done on my right knee, and my left knee is acting up, and that's on its way to I don't know what. I'm trying to hold on to it. Once these knees go bad, baby, and as we get older, we heal slower. So Valerie, I hope that your knee is healing. Oh, you went to the emergency room. Okay. What did they say? Did they x-ray it? Right. Follow Hillbilly's guidance. Stay the fuck off of it. Welcome to July, y'all. What did y'all do this weekend? Anything exciting? This weekend was Pride weekend. No, I didn't indulge. I haven't indulged. I didn't indulge last year either. I just don't have the mental capacity for that many people. It's okay. Sometimes I get like that. Sometimes I want to be in the mix with a lot of people, and sometimes I don't. And so I didn't participate in any of the Pride festivities this month, really.
And no, I didn't go to the parade yesterday. And it was, did y'all see that rain that came down? I think it rained everywhere. I was on the phone with my mom and it was pouring down raining where she was in Florida. It was pouring down raining here. Whoever was outside gallivanting around in the parade yesterday, they were wet. Right. That's the thing. You hope there's no cartilage tissue damage because if it is, then you'll have to get a scoping. And depending on how much cartilage they got to take out, you're at risk for bone on the knee. Good morning, Tamika. Good morning. Happy July, Cheryl. Yes, new chances for growth and happiness. I love that, Cheryl Lee. I absolutely love that. Right, Hillbilly. So how was the Amish shop? How was it? Did you get a lot of groceries? Did you only buy groceries or did you buy arts and crafts? Did you buy, some other stuff, clothes, whatever, just groceries? I want to go to the Amish shop. I used to get those rugulas from them. Y'all, am I saying it right? The little pastries. Oh, good thing you set the tent up. See? I love that. See, Hillbilly, I need a man like that just be going out and doing shit and be putting up tents just because. I like that shit. Food and weird stuff. I like it. I absolutely love it. I do. I love it. What did everybody else do? Debbie, what you do this weekend? I lived on the phone with you and Fancy and Cheryl all weekend. But what did y'all do? Because, we just be on there talking and cracking the fuck up. We never ask each other what the fuck we doing. What did y'all do this weekend? Anything exciting? And how was our Nut Nut? When's the last time, Debbie, you spoke to Nut Nut? She hasn't called me back. I made iced tea homebrew with some mint leaves and it was so good. And you didn't send me none? Valerie, do I need to call you later? Because you said I didn't do nothing. I had company. That's something, B. That's something. What kind of company did you have? I'm nosy. Yum. That sounds good. That sounds good. Oh, I forgot. Send me my damn leggings. Yes, Cheryl Lee, that's nice. And we picked out dresses for you. So we had some activity this weekend together, Cheryl. Deb said hung out at my mom's house. Oh my, I miss Miss EJ. Tell her I say hello. Oh, and Debbie, listen, the next time I come to Houston, please, I have to go see Donovan's mom. She said, I've been in Houston multiple times and have not come to see her. She said she's about 20 minutes away from where you live. So I got to go and see her. You got to feel that she on restriction, right? Because we haven't heard from her. She done cursed somebody out. I know that they be in there fighting over the phone, she told me. She said that they have schedules for the phone and people be trying to hog the phone. And so I hope she's not on restriction. Good morning, Rochelle. It's been a while, boo. Oh, Rochelle. We be in Pearland quite often. Okay, I gotta find out exactly what her address is because she told me, stop coming down there and not visiting her. Now, this is Donovan's mom. And so it's been so long since I've seen her. So I would love to be able to go there and show her my love. I like art studios too. What kind of art? Do you know, Debbie, what kind of art she went to see? Was it abstract art, black art? What kind of art was it? Sculptures. I love shit like that. And I also like glass making. Glass making is something I would like to dip my hands in. I remember one time I invited the guy that I was dating at the time, glass making, and he was like, I don't want to do that shit. I was like, why? Like, I be looking at TV and I see men and women going to do shit like that, glass making and pottery making. And I always pick these men. I be like, I don't want to do that shit. I be like, why? I like shit like that. You said just your male friend. I'm gonna call you. Talking about just my male friend. Hello, July 1st. And the rent is due. How about that? Oh, Basquiat's old studio. The Angelina Jolie made into an art cafe. Yes. I was supposed to go there with my girlfriend and we never made it. I was supposed to go there with my girlfriend Maria. We never made it. So thank you for reminding me of that because I've been trying to get there. I want to go there. I want to experience that. Valerie, drive your fancy new car here. Welcome July 1st. Let me remind y'all, because y'all been here year over year, right? Let me remind y'all, July is the month of understanding. When you think of the word understanding, what does that mean to you? Okay, that's a lot. Yeah, Rochelle, I understand. You know, the morning hours, I'm supposed to be working too, and work has been kicking my ass. So I haven't been able to be on consistently at a normal, regular time because my boss has been up my woo-ha. But you know, they pay me, so I got to do that. So I fully understand, and I do appreciate you watching after the fact. A lot of people watch after the fact, and I love that. Just make sure when you watch after the fact, you give me the thumbs up so I know you dropped by. All right? So July is the month of understanding. What do y'all think about when you hear understanding? What is the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word understanding? Because I'm going to get into it and I'm going to read you the opening of July, and then I'm going to read you what July 1st says. Understanding. I'm going to give it a few seconds to see if anybody want to come in and tell me how they understand the word understanding. Thank you, Valerie. Understanding. Nobody? I know there's a delay, so I'm trying to give it a chance. What do you think about when you hear the word understanding? Happy birthday, Rochelle. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. What did you do for your birthday? Okay, Hillbilly. Hillbilly said when he hears the word understanding, and I knew you were going to come in first with this, with a response. Hillbilly said it's an agreement as to how to proceed. I love it. Hillbilly, you be hitting a ding dong. You be hitting the fucking bell all the time. What do you think about when you hear the word understanding? Hillbilly said an agreement as to how to proceed. This is what we're focusing on in July. Anybody else? Anybody else before I get into it? Okay, black art. I love that. When you hear the word understanding, what is the thing that comes to mind for you? Hillbilly said an agreement as to how to proceed. July is the month of understanding. So before I get into it, I want to know where your head is at when you think of the word understanding. Okay, Cheryl said it means I get it. Okay, anybody else? When you think of the word understanding, what's the first thing that comes to mind? We are going fishing. We have an understanding that the wives won't know. Wait a minute, Hillbilly. Okay. Well, it is what it is. All right. No pressure. Okay, Val said no pressure. Anybody else? We on the same page about the subject? Okay. Well, let's get into it. What does July say about understanding? We're going to read the opening before we get into what July 1st says. July being the month of understanding. In all relationships, regardless of their nature, there comes the moment when you understand that there are some things you will never understand. When you are standing in that moment, just be all right with it. So what did y'all say? Deb said be on the same page. Val said no pressure. Shirley says it means I get it. And Hillbilly said an agreement as to how to proceed. Okay? There are some things you will never understand. When you are standing in that moment, just be all right with it. You know, so many of us get into these debates and these conversations where we're trying to convince somebody else to understand our position. Listen, and the other person is scratching their head because they're just not understanding. Some shit you're not going to understand. Don't get caught in these forever arguments and these circle fuck disagreements going back and forth, because this says some shit you will never understand, and you have to be all right with that. Let's see what July 1st says. July 1st. I will gain more understanding when I realize each person has an experience of the experience they are having. Oh, wait, baby. I will gain more understanding when I realize each person has an experience of the experience they are having. Now, everybody raise their fucking hand, because everybody is guilty of listening to somebody's experience. And you might have had the same similar experience, and you are giving your position, right, of that experience. And the other person is not understanding, or maybe you're not understanding how this person is going through this thing and not executing in the way you did. Guess what? Everybody is different. And some shit you just not going to understand. And you got to be all right with that. In life, certain people will impersonate understanding. They will smile at you. They will assure you that everything is just fine. They will make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. They may even say, yes, I understand. Yet when the moment comes for a demonstration of understanding, what you will get is misinterpretation, misrepresentation, miscommunication, and you will probably get blamed for the misunderstanding. Certain people will impersonate compassion and concern. They will have you convinced that they have your best interest at heart. However, when the moment calls for a demonstration of compassion and concern, what you will experience is abandonment, betrayal, rejection, insensitivity, abuse, and or neglect. Do not be alarmed. Do not be shocked. Be aware that we all have different experiences and different definitions of the same experience. Y'all not hearing me. Let me read that sentence again. Do not be alarmed. Do not be shocked. Be aware that we all have different experiences and different definitions of the same experience. So sometimes it makes my whole ass itch when somebody, right, has a similar or same experience as you and expects you to execute and do it the way that they understand it needs to be done. But this says people can have the same situations but different experiences. What we hear, do, and expect in life always based on our own personal experiences. When we interact with others, we must understand and expect that we may not be on the same page or in the same book of experiences. Unless we take the time to gain clarity in the beginning, we may find ourselves in a company of experienced imposters at the end. Right, I get that's your perception, but I don't have to necessarily agree. Period. And some people get their asses in a wad because you don't agree with their perception. Deb said impersonating understanding. If that ain't the truth, baby, because people will stand in front of you and act like they understand, and then you realize in their acts that they carry out that they really don't. People need to be okay with not understanding and stop impersonating the understanding. Just say, I don't understand. And the other person has to be okay with that person not understanding. Until today, you may have assumed that just because they say so, others know what you know, feel what you feel, and will do what you do. Just for today, be devoted to putting forth the effort and energy required to gain clarity at the beginning of all relationships. Clarity at the beginning of all relationships. Good morning, Pat. Something a lot of us are not good at. Clarity at the beginning of all relationships. And being honest. If you do not understand, say you don't fucking understand. Define your words. Identify your expectations. Clarify what you are saying and what you understand. What is being said and what is expected from you. Simple communication, right? Clarify. Ask for clarity. Say you don't fucking understand. Don't act like you understand and then your acts show something different. Good morning, Fancy. Today I am devoted to clarity. How many people have been in the situation where, they enter relationships, right? And the person seems to understand what you've expressed, but through their acts, they're not executing as though they understand. How many of y'all find it hard to stand in front of another person and say, I just don't fucking understand? Right? You got to be okay. It says in all relationships, regardless of their nature, there comes the moment when you understand that there are some things you will never understand. And you got to be okay with that. Some of us sit and we try to understand shit that we just not going to understand. And we just got to be okay with that. When you are standing in that moment, just be all right with it. Okay? Understanding. Okay? These people will stand in front of you, listen to your words, make you feel warm and fuzzy on the inside, like they understand what you're saying, like they understand how you're feeling. But then when it comes time to show it, you realize that they didn't understand at all. Our responsibility when we communicate is to make sure we are communicating our feelings and our emotions with clarity, right? But it's also our responsibility to understand, to be okay with it when somebody else is not getting it. What do you do when you're in a situation and you're expressing yourself to someone and they stand there and they act like they understand you, but in their actions, they show that they don't understand? What is your next move? What is your next move? Right? I've been in this situation plenty of times where I have expressed my feelings, right? I have asked for certain things. I have been as clear as I thought I could possibly be. And this person will look at me and be like, I understand. And then when it comes to executing it and it turns into a discussion, then they come across in communication and I understand that they didn't fucking understand what I said at all. And I sit and I scratch my head and I go, why the fuck did they tell me they understood? Deception. This says people will impersonate understanding. People will stand in front of you and act like they understand what you're saying, what you're doing. They will impersonate that understanding until it plays itself out and you realize they didn't understand at all. What do you do with that? I exit stage left. I used to argue with people. I used to try to make people understand, but now I'm okay with them not understanding. And then it's up to me to decide, what do I do with that going forward? Now that I have that information, I navigate with that information. Don't spend your time arguing and pushing people to understand anything. July is the month of understanding. What are y'all going to do with that? That's the word of the day. Well, it's the word of the month because we're going to be focused on our understanding all month of July. What are y'all going to do with that? How do you think we can have better communication, keeping in mind the word understanding? How does this topic help you navigate with those in your life from a communication standpoint? Does it help you at all? It helps me. Well, that's a great question. Because what does this say? They impersonate understanding, acceptance. They want to be accepted. They want to be forgiven. They want to move on. They want peace. They just don't want to argue. I don't know. Anybody can answer this. Why do people act like they understand shit when they really don't? Oh, hillbilly, I know communication is hard, baby. I'm still working on mine. Okay? Hillbilly said most people don't understand. They just faking it until they never make it. What do you think drives that? Valerie said, it helps me recognize it now when I see it. How would you execute on something like that, Valerie? Good morning, Ghost. I just thought about you. You know, I check up on you. Sharon Lisa, I think I can still have a healthy relationship without understanding. If I trust you and we will communicate healthy and openly. Okay. So Sharon Lee has a great point. She says it wouldn't damage the relationship if the relationship is healthy. She would just accept it. Like in here, it says, just be okay with not understanding, right? And just be okay with the other person not understanding, right? She says she can still trust you and you can still have healthy communication. I like that. What do y'all think? Pat said, people can only understand to the level of their comprehension. I give people grace and keep it moving. Okay. That's a good one. That's a part of the communication that Hillbilly said is hard. I don't know. Maybe call it out and ask them why, and maybe they'll express how they misinterpreted. Maybe. You know, that could be risky with a narcissist because they will just misinterpret everything. Fuck. Give people grace. I do that a lot, but I also give myself grace, right? I used to give people more grace than I gave myself, right? Let them go, give them grace, give them grace. And I would suffer through some of these relationships, but now I give myself grace. The same amount of grace that I be trying to extend to other people, now I'm extending to myself. And that grace sometimes has me exiting the room and be like, I'm giving myself grace because you giving me fever that I don't want. Right? And so like Cheryl Lee said, there's going to be some situations where you can still have a healthy relationship, but then there's going to be some relationships that you might be like, you know what? I'm okay with this and I deuces. Right? But I give myself grace first. Ooh, hillbilly, what does that mean? I give graceful people grace. What do you mean by that? Yes, Ghost, come in here with the belt. Come in here with the belt. Get your thumbs up, y'all. Get your thumbs up. Ghost say he watch him. Cheryl Lee said, nah, my one finger typing. If I trust you, I could still be in a relationship with you if there is still healthy, open communication. I like that. Oh, the barbecue graduation was good, Rochelle. It was good. I had a good time. Nobody got poked, stabbed, nothing like that. It was good. My son was with me. My son was with me. Anybody else? Understanding. Anybody going through a situation currently where they got people in their lives that they're fighting through understanding with? I ain't mad at you, Hillbilly. I'm not mad at you at all. Those who treat others well get treated good. Those that are shitty get treated shitty. I just remove myself. I don't even have the energy to treat people shitty, right? I just completely remove myself. I be like, because you making me step down to a level that I don't want to step down to. So I'm just going to exit left. I am. Debbie said, I would like to know how we as women and men could communicate and understand each other better. There is this division currently that's negatively impacting our relationship these days. Ooh-wee. Anybody want to step into the room and answer this? That's a good question. I don't know, Debbie. Let's see if we get any answers. Let's see. Anybody want to answer this? How can men and women communicate better since there is a clear division? We see it in all the memes and all the podcasts that's out there. There is a clear division. And Debbie said it's negatively impacting our relationships. How can we do better? Well, good morning, Mike. First, good morning. Right? Good morning to you. And congratulations on your dad being moved. I love that. Who wants to answer this question? How can we communicate better? That's a big question, Debbie. I don't know. Just be open and honest. I don't know. Mike came in the room with an answer. Mike said, easily, those particular men and women can carry trauma from their past they haven't resolved, and it spills to social media. So work on our own trauma is one. I like that, Mike. Work on our own trauma because your childhood traumas and your adulthood traumas show up in your relationships. I like that. Pat said, oftentimes we outgrow folks intellectually, but we still love them and maintain close relationships. Oh, wait. Pat, you out here hurting feelings and telling the truth at the same damn time. You out here telling the truth and hurting feelings at the same damn time. Practice what you preach. I know that's right, Hillbilly. Fuck that. Cheryl Lee said, in my opinion, it's impossible to understand every aspect of another person completely. So why can't we just be more honest and say we don't understand and we just be okay with that? Why do people force other people to understand, and why do people lie about understanding? Right? And then when they get into situations with each other, they are shocked. And you be like, well, didn't we talk about this? Didn't we express this? Why the fuck are you confused? I thought you understood my position. But yet here we are arguing about something that we talked about, that you claimed you understood, but then you don't understand it. It brings tension. It brings ugliness into the relationship. Ghost said, I think it's better when we actually take the time to understand each other and understand that we are different and think different. How do you go about doing that, Ghost? I need to know how. How do you go about doing that? How do you do that? Good morning, Damaris. How do you actually do that, Ghost? How do you take the time to understand each other? What is it you need to do? Earlier, Hillbilly said communication is harder than you think. What do you think we need to do better at this? Hillbilly said, if you say something smart around stupid people, they will make you feel crazy. And will. And will. And will. So how do we do better? Go back to Go's question. How do we do better by understanding each other? Mike said it kills me that men and women are on social media out here using their platform to talk shit instead of healing themselves. Doing the talking all day solves nothing. I like it. Go said understanding that men and women value different things. Respect what they bring to the table and find a middle ground that works. How? Yes, Pat. They taught us that. Communication 101. Communication 101. The best way to understand someone is to restate what you think they said and then elaborate on what you think they mean. Yes, that's communication 101. Take the time and say, this is what I heard you say. This is how I understand what you said. And if you don't understand it right, then the person can chime in and go, well, let me elaborate on that. Yes, that is the clarity that this talked about. It says when you are communicating with each other, communicate with clarity. How do you bring clarity to a communication? Communication 101. Restate what the person said. Okay? And then elaborate on how you received it and what you think they mean. That's a great approach. Communication 101. A lot of us don't follow that, but that is a great approach. That's how you get clarity. That's how you get clarity. I like that, Pat. How many of you practice this? How many of you practice that? Nobody? Nobody practices this? I guess this is one of them topics that we have to marinate. Okay, Fancy said she practices that. She paraphrases it. She practiced. I have to. Therapist life. I love it. I love it. Debbie said, I think the sooner we realize we actually need each other, the better our relationships will be. I got to clap for that. The sooner we realize we need each other, the better our relationships will be. I say it all the time. We need each other. People need people. People act like they don't, but they do, motherfucker. I love that, Debbie. Go said, you can respect what someone says, but you may never understand it. If you're not into it, you'll never understand. Example, a crackhead can explain to you the feeling they get from it, but you won't understand because you don't do crack. I do. Okay, Shirley, you do. You repeat. You do that. Even when we're in our little circle girlfriend talk, Shirley, you do. You'll be like, so let me understand what you're saying. You said blah, 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 blah. And then you get into elaborating. You do that a lot, Cheryl. I noticed that. You do restate the statements that's made so that you can understand it. You're very good at that. I love that. I have seen you do it. So for the men and women on here, if we're saying that men and women are not communicating with each other properly, it starts with us, right? Just us on here that are in relationships with people of the opposite sex or same sex or whatever. Pay attention to your communication style in your relationship. Right? Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? I know what you mean, Cheryl. I know what you mean. You know, we laughing at it now, but baby, being in a narcissistic relationship is not anything laughable. That shit is horrible. They don't understand shit, and they will impersonate understanding to the end. Baby, the things we learn from being in toxic relationships. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. Thank you. Okay? The message here today is in your communication with each other, right? If you sitting there and you listening to the words that are coming out of somebody's mouth, don't impersonate understanding. Don't say you understand just for peace. Don't say you understand just for immediate gratification, right? If you don't understand something, ask for clarity, right? Before you step into the depths of these relationships, operating on impersonating understanding. And then when the shit plays out in a relationship, you be like, but I thought. No, don't be thinking shit. Understand the words that are coming out of our mouths, right? So many people get caught up in friendships and relationships and they be like, well, I know you said it, but I thought maybe things would change. Or I know you said it, but I thought maybe over time. Or I know you said it, but I thought. Don't be thinking shit. Understand the words that are coming out of a person's mouth. Okay? That's it and that's all. And if you don't understand it, say you don't understand it. And everybody can be all right with that. But do not navigate your relationships on impersonating understanding because, baby, that's how a lot of relationships fizzle at the end because they start getting into these arguments where they've had discussions in the beginning of their friendships, in the beginning of their relationships. And as they navigate through their relationships, they're looking at each other crazy. And you got one person saying, but I fucking told you. And you thought, and you said to me, you understood. But at the end of the day, the way you acted showed me that you didn't understand. So why did you lie about understanding? And now we arguing and now it's toxic. Or because you didn't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth and you weren't honest enough to say you don't understand so that I can make a decision as to how I'm going to navigate through this. Right? Deb said, why does this realization often come after the fact? Why don't we take the time to listen to each other longer? I think that's a larger subject attached to why these relationships fail. I'm taking my time. Y'all see me out here in these streets taking my fucking time because that's exactly what I'm doing. Taking my time to listen. Make sure I understand, and then the things that I don't understand, I'm trying to figure out how would I navigate through them. Why does it take after the fact for people to realize? That's a good one. Pat, me neither, but I had to learn that. I don't have no space for no narcissist either or either. Well, Cheryl Lee, That's a good point too. Some of us can't get there by ourselves, so we need external help, therapy. Debbie said men minimize the contributions of women, and women are referring to men as soft and weak. Both are toxic. In my humble opinion, of course, it reminds me of a video I saw where the man said, "We stuck." I'm still getting wrapped on what looks good. Men minimizing the contributions of women, and women are referring to men as soft and weak. How do we get past this? They are toxic. They are toxic. What looks good? What does this mean, Debbie? I'm getting wrapped on what looks good. What does that mean? What does that mean? We're just looking at the superficial. What does that mean? What looks good? I mean, I still want my man to look good. I still want my man to look good. I'm just saying. But I can't get stuck on that. Fancy said the platinum takeaway is say you don't get it. You don't understand. It's okay. It is okay. It is okay. And this way, both people can navigate the relationship based on the truth. He don't understand or she don't understand. Now, what the fuck am I going to do with this? But yeah, we stick our 2 feet in the door in relationships where somebody or both people are impersonating understanding. And then, as Debbie says, here we go, the demise of the relationship. Debbie said the video outlines how both genders can't get past what looks good, what's pretty. We do it in our everyday life, and there's nothing wrong with it, but don't get stuck there. Require more. Require more than looks. Baby, because looks fade. Looks fucking fade. Okay? In some cases. Hillbilly said, I think differently than most. Most people when standing feel insecure. Most people when standing feel secure. I know we are spinning at over 25K miles per hour while hurling through space at over 189K miles per hour. I feel like I need to hold on to something. What are you holding on to, Hillbilly? What are you holding on to? I like it. Pat said, looks are deceiving. But how many of us get caught up in that? How many of us get caught up in the fucking looks? I've been there. He looked good. He looked so good. But treat me like shit? Sharon Lee said, labels, labels, labels. Why can't we all just embrace our feminine and masculine energy? And why? I got a meeting in 10 minutes, so I got to wrap this up in 3 minutes. Woo-wee! We also need to slow down. What does that mean, Fancy? We need to slow down. See, because y'all motherfuckers think I be moving slow. And I just be making sure. Because, listen, I overhyped the last motherfucker. And that last motherfucker was toxic. I overhyped that shit. I ain't overhyping shit no more. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to make sure I understand. They understand. And I'm going to make sure what I don't understand, I'm okay with that shit. I'm not overhyping shit right now. We do need to move slow all the way down sometimes. Every situation requires discernment, every one of them, especially as we get older, right? Because on top of the childhood trauma, we develop adult trauma. And a lot of people don't unpack that shit. Some people jump from one relationship to another, one friendship to another. Like for me, I take on friends very slowly. I take on relationships now very slowly. Everything with me is slow because I need to make sure anything that I'm pouring into is pouring back into me and it's healthy and we can communicate. Because, baby, I've had enough years of toxic energy and I'm not trying to do that anymore. So, yes, I move very slow in a lot of areas. I know. Listen, these MF is at my job. Okay. What message did you get this weekend, Fancy? What message did you get this weekend? Share with us so that we get a good message too. Shit, before I end this. Cause what message did you get this weekend? I would love to know. I would love to know. Cause baby, we need a good message too. Shit. Share. You said take your time, child. Baby. And you know I am. And I do. Cause baby, I be scared to even announce shit on social media because I be like, Because the last time motherfuckers saw that I ain't have a man on my page, I got a million inboxes. Where's your man? Where's your boo? I don't see him no more. I was like, oh my God. See, people go through that. Because I even find myself inboxing people going, where's your man? And I know that that's horrible. Shit. Deb said, I saw a saying over the weekend that said, shout out to the people whose kindness is a way of life and not a strategy. I felt a little better about myself, y'all. I love that message. Shout out to the people whose kindness is a way of life. I love that. I also feel like that is me. Sometimes I kick myself with how kind I am. I be like, no, stop that shit. But it's just me. Fancy said, went to an art studio that I wasn't even trying to go to. The damn place was closed, but the owner showed up and opened the door. Eyes wandered directly to a little block. Have you prayed about it? Wow. The Rock said, have you prayed about it? And that was the thing that caught your attention. I love that. I love that. Have you prayed about it? And how did that make you? What did you walk away from after you left that art studio? You said you got a message. The message was, you need to pray about it. That's a good one. You know, we get messages from all places if we're paying attention. I love that. I love that. But this whole month is on understanding. And so tomorrow I'm going to try to jump on time because I took the morning off of work and I'm going to go get my hair done in the morning because, you know, it's fuzzy was a beer. And I tried to stretch it until September, since September is my year anniversary for starting my locks. It's already almost a year, y'all. But I can't wait till September. I got to go get this shit done. And so I am going tomorrow, but I'm going to try to start my podcast early at 8 o'clock in the morning so that I could be on here until about 8:45 because I got to be at the hair salon by 9. It's like 10 minutes down the road, right? And so I will be on here in the morning. So just keep this word in mind, understanding. And come here tomorrow with what your thoughts are on understanding and how it applies to your everyday life and your relationships, right? Relationships that you've had that you no longer have, relationships that you're trying to develop. How are you navigating through understanding and clarity? First of all, you need to visit art studios with me all the time. Change your life for the better, Fancy. Oh! Look at Miss Bougie told you off, Fancy. This is Miss Bougie. I'm just hanging out in Sag Harbor. That's who just checked you, boo. Okay? Ghost said, I'm waiting for my birthday for another retwist. Okay. Well, my birthday not until January, so I got to go and do something with this. And this will be the first time I actually get a style. I'm actually going to get a style this time because I don't know. I want to try a style. So I'm going to go with a style. Now, I can't guarantee how long I have the style in my head, depending on how tight it is and if fucking hurts. Because ever since I started these dreads, I've never been tender-headed, but something about growing locks, it makes your scalp sensitive, probably because your hair is so fucking nappy and twisting and tangling all in. I don't know, but I don't know. See, your head is, Shirley, you got to send me a picture of your hair because I know you said you were going to redo it and all that stuff. So I want to see a picture because I know that shit look fabulous. Girl, I know your head is sore. My head going to be sore tomorrow. That's why I say I don't know how long I'll have that styling, but I'm going to try, y'all. I'm going to try. I'm trying to look decent to go to work because, you know, I just be going to work like this, like what? What's up? Right, Fancy, the Sag Harbor visitor bourgeoisie. That was Debbie. We did you already, Debbie. But anyway, y'all, I gotta go. But come back tomorrow, understanding. Let that marinate with you, right? And come back here with some experiences that you had in your life where understanding was not there, but they impersonated that they understood. And and maybe in some cases it was the demise of the relationship. You know what I mean? And with that, y'all, I'm going to send y'all out, but come back tomorrow, y'all. I appreciate y'all understanding my work is crazy, but I still carve out time for y'all because I love y'all. But always move with peace and love and positivity. I'm not saying ignore the negative feelings because we got to navigate through this thing called life, right? I'm just saying, try to insert some positivity in your life. Like, wake up and start your mornings off with intention. Whatever that is for you, whatever that means to you. Navigate, stimulating your mind and your body, whatever that means to you. All right? I'm not here to tell you how to do that, but I'm just giving you a little tidbit, all right? It helps me get through my days and get through my nights, okay? And navigate through all these trials and tribulations. It does. And with that, y'all, even when you feel low, you can still what?
Even when you feel low, you can still go.
Hey.
Even when you feel slow, you can still go.
What?
Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And I don't. This is Coffee with Friends, and I am Raw to Devo. Come back tomorrow, y'all. Move for peace and love. Get this message on the way out.
Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. Do the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, on the highway. And in the driveway, it's a nice range. Cause I'm down through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredients, believe. Never see with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And I don't. I'm out, y'all. See you tomorrow. Hey. Yes, you're welcome.